Hello, my babies. This is your girl, Bubbles. And yes, by the title, you can tell we're back with another carnival-related video, and we're planning for St. Lucia Carnival. So, band launch season is approaching in St. Lucia, so you're definitely going to want to start gearing up and start planning for St. Lucia Carnival. St. Lucia Carnival this year is going to be on July 20th and the 21st. And yes, St. Lucia Carnival is one of those carnivals that's a 2-day carnival. So based on the days that carnival is going to be happening, you're going to want to plan around what days you're going to be going. Usually when I go to a carnival, I stay for a week. So based on, like I said, how your schedule is or whatever, you're going to want to base the days that you're going amongst that. So like I said, once again, St. Lucia Carnival is July 20th and the 21st. Now, the first thing you're gonna wanna do when you're planning for St. Lucia Carnival is you're gonna wanna book your flight. Cause I mean, how else are you gonna get to St. Lucia if you don't got a flight? So there are two ways in which you can get to St. Lucia. As in, they have two airports you can fly into when you're going into St. Lucia. There's SLU and then there's UVF. So SLU is the airport which I flew into when I went to St. Lucia Carnival last year, and I would recommend that you fly into that airport simply because it's in Castries, the capital, and it's closer to where St. Lucia Carnival is going to be taking place. Now, if you're a little bit tight on money and whatever you may have and you want to fly down to UVF, the only reason why I wouldn't recommend that is because you would have to take a cab up north, which would probably cost you money. And then when you do the math, it's just easier to just fly up north and just, knock that out. 1, 2, 3, you're there. You don't have to deal with taking a cab up north. And if you've ever been to St. Lucia, St. Lucia is very hilly, and then that travel up north is not something that a lot of people like or favor or a fan of. So like I said, just be safe to just, make your life easier. Just fly into the St. Lucian airport up north. As far as the next thing you're going to want to do when you plan for St. Lucia Carnival is you're going to find a place to stay. Now, usually when I go to St. Lucia Carnival or to any carnival period, I stay in an Airbnb only because I find it's more convenient. I just find it better because St. Lucia Carnival, you're there for the carnival, so you're not really going to be in the hotel as much as, you would be if you're on a regular vacation. So, yeah, a hotel would be nice, but just for the fact that, you're going to be, eating out because you're going to be out most of the time. You're going to be at Fete. If the Fete is all-inclusive, there's going to be food there. So, because of those little things, I personally like to stay in a B&B. And the area which you're going to want to stay in when you're going to St. Lucia Carnival is the Grassy Lake area, the Rodney Bay area. Most of the events are going to be in Pigeon Island. So, you're going to want to be close to there because that's where the majority of their events are. So, that's another tip or thing to keep in mind when you are planning for St. Lucia Carnival. You're going to want to remember the name Rodney Bay. You're going to want to remember the name Grassy Lake. You're going to want to remember the name Pigeon Island because those are going to be the names in which you're going to, hear a lot when you are dealing or hearing or talking about St. Lucia Carnival. Now, like I said, you can stay in a hotel if you do want to. There are some really nice hotels in St. Lucia. When I went, I did go to the bar in Harbor Club, and Harbor Club is very beautiful. That's a good hotel to go to. Bay Gardens, they have a lot of hotels as well, and within their branch or whatever, so you can look into those hotels. That's just to name a few. Like I said, when I went to St. Lucia, I stayed in the Airbnb, and St. Lucia is a hot carnival coming up this year, so you're gonna want to look into that, because I know when I was looking just now, there was some hotels that already sold out. So like I said, get on it if you want to go to St. Lucia Carnival. Now, next, of course, you're going for Carnival. So what's next? You're gonna want to choose a band to play in, and like I said, it's band launch season in St. Lucia, so I wanted to make sure I post this video before the band launches even come out, so that, you know, you're going to keep an eye out to know, you know, which band you want to play with. So, of course, I played with Just for Fun, and I had a time. I will link, of course, you know, I got to link the St. Lucia Carnival vlog video. I'll put it, like, up here. I believe it's up here, the little eye. And then I'll put it down below in the description box as well. And you can watch that video and you can see that it was vibes on the road. Now, of course, you don't have to play with Just for Fun. There are other bands. There's Zuvo. Zuvo looked like vibes last year. I didn't play with them, but they were vibes on the road. Like, you know, it was their first year and they came swinging. And I'm pretty sure that they're going to do the same thing this year. So that's another band to look out for. They have Fusion Mass. They have Legends Carnivals. Like I said, that's just to name a few. You know, there's so much more bands in St. Lucia, but those are just like the bands that you're going to hear about most, or you're going to hear when you are talking and dealing with St. Lucia Carnival. Like I said, the band launch season is approaching in St. Lucia, so you're going to want to like subscribe. Not subscribe. Here I go, subscribe. You're going to want to follow these pages just to, you know, be updated when they do post their costumes. And, I mean, picking a costume, it's up to you. Like, it's what you like. It's what's in your price range. Like, you know, I'm going to have another video dealing with, like, picking a carnival costume, the difference between the carnival costumes, the prices and all of that as well. So, that's going to be another video coming as well. As far as budgeting for St. Lucia Carnival is, to me, honestly, the most expensive thing that you're going to, like, honestly have to deal with or probably pay with getting to St. Lucia is actually getting to St. Lucia is the flight. Like, that to me was the most expensive thing. But everything else in St. Lucia is pretty, like, you know, pretty inexpensive. The costumes are pretty cheap compared to, like, you know, Trinidad or even playing here in New York or in Miami. Like, the costumes are pretty reasonable. I played a frontline with Just for Fun last year, and that costume was, like, no more than $700 for a frontline costume. So when you go, and yeah, costumes cost money. So that's something to keep in mind as well. But I don't see you spending any more than $2,000 in your whole total experience in going to St. Lucia. Now, one thing I do also recommend that is not so much St. Lucia Carnival, but one thing that I would recommend and tell you to do when planning St. Lucia Carnival is to, like, although Carnival is the Tuesday, I would suggest you to stay an extra day and leave the Thursday so that you can, like, tour the island. St. Lucia is a beautiful island. And I'm a person who, if I'm going to an island, I don't usually like to go to the island again. Or I like to travel. So I want to go to other places. Of course, I would definitely, yes, I'm going back to St. Lucia, but I do like to make my rounds. So I'm saying, like, I'm telling you or advising you that if you are going to St. Lucia, like, tour the island, like, you know, an extra day or two, go to, you know, go to Soufriere, go to the Sulphur Springs. Like, St. Lucia has so much to offer. And if you're in St. Lucia, and I definitely advise you to, like I said, explore the island. So when you're planning on going to St. Lucia Carnival, keep that in mind as well. Like I said, when I go, I usually stay a week. When I go to carnivals, I usually stay the Thursday to the Thursday. If it's a 2-day carnival, if it's a 1-day carnival, I'm going Wednesday to Wednesday. Taking that extra day as a rest day and a day to tour the island. And yeah, I think that's about it for this St. Lucia Carnival planning video. If you have any questions, you know, comment down below. Like, comment, subscribe. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. And I'll be back, like I said, with plenty more videos like this. And later, guys. That's the big freebie, That's the big freebie. You are mine. Carnivals, 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 Carnivals.